Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Omkarnikam, your host on Space to Ground, a podcast by Remos Space Systems. Before we jump into the series of episodes, I would like to mention a brief introduction to the Remos Space Systems. Remos Space is a company setting new standards in the satellite ground station technology and business, known for their pioneering work in the satellite ground station market, including the state of art antenna systems, high speed data downlink capabilities, and advanced telemetry tracking and command services. Remos Space is making significant stride in the new space sector. Their innovative products such as next generation ground station and seamless communication networks are designed to meet the evolving needs of new space applications demand. In fact, their products are designed to support a wide range of satellite missions including Earth observation, satellite communication, primarily ensuring and reliable and efficient communication between satellites and ground station. Having such a unique value proposition in the ground station market, this podcast by Remos Space is meant to drive more awareness, explore new technologies, and help the industry navigate collaborative opportunities. As you dive deeply into our upcoming episodes, we are sure you will take away some of the finest key pointers on the ground station business. So stay tuned and subscribe to our podcast for the latest updates. Enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to episode 4, Product Lines, a deep dive into Remos Space Systems offerings. We have previously taken a look at what Remos Space System is, what their mission is, what their goals are, and the kind of services they provide in the industry. Primarily also looking at some of the live examples where some of the companies like Astro into Space Technologies have utilized or are in collaboration with the Remos Space. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into kind of a similar segment, but understanding the dynamics, the kind of efforts, and the kind of latest technology that has been integrated into the company's product systems. So, without any delay, I would like to welcome on board the co-founder of Remos Space Systems, Peter and Moses. Hi, Peter and Moses. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. As usual, it is great to have you both on board. And without any delay, I think we have set the ground for the people in the previous podcast. So I'd like to let the audience know that if you'd like to know the basic information about what Remos Space is, how the mission started, what are their goals, you can always go back and listen to the episode 1. So this episode is kind of a continuation from that part where we left. So without any delay, I would like to start with the question. So can you provide us a broad overview of your ground station products and software modems, and also the kind of other product lines that you have at the moment or are you planning in the future at the Remos Space Systems?
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So at Remos, our core product lines are software modems. So we have one software modem we call Expedite, and Expedite has been designed to be it's been designed specifically for new space missions. And so these are the missions which typically don't follow any particular standard very closely. And we have therefore designed it to be as customizable as possible in order to support all the different new space transponders that are flying in space right now. And in addition to software modems, we also provide full turnkey solutions, which are plug and play. And this has been very interesting, especially to customers who are at the very early phase, or those customers who are actually trying to establish a new infrastructure for that matter.
Yeah, and with turnkey solution here, we meant like a full-fledged ground station that has our software modem and antennas and everything already plug and play, as Moses said. And it also includes, like, it's more than a modem. It includes tracking software, the scheduler software, diagnostic tools, everything in the same like graphical user interface and a REST API control as well, so to say.
Interesting. I think you mentioned about the plug and play solutions. So it is somewhere I would say very important for the new space industry at the moment, because we are seeing quite a lot of rise in the plug and play solutions. And I would say taking a step ahead. So what are the key technologies that differentiate your satellite ground station offerings from your competitors? Because I believe even though the companies in the ground station domain are comparatively less as compared to what we see in the satellite operators domain, But still, I think there is a competitiveness that is increasing. So, can you tell us how your products and services and solutions have a competitive edge in the global market as compared to your competitors?
Yes, so our software or our products in general are they're based on software-defined radios in the sense that we do all the signal processing using high-level programming languages, in particular C++, and that brings about a lot of advantages in the sense that the systems are very flexible to begin with, and they are more cost effective, and it's also has made it possible for us to expand the modem with other additional features. For example, as Peter mentioned before, the modem can be used to schedule satellites automatically. It can also instrument an antenna system, and in addition to that, we have equipped it with a very sophisticated REST API, making it very easy to control or to integrate into any ground network, in the sense that you can easily schedule passes or perform the entire operation of the modem by using simple REST API. And that has been made possible because the solution is purely based on software. And additionally, the solution has a very good track record in the sense that it is already being actively used by various players in the market, including DLR in Germany right now. We also have other national space agency like INTA in Spain. We have an institute in the Canary Islands, a Spanish institute, and we also have CARI. So that's the Korean, I would say, national space agency, and some other big players here in the market already.
Yeah, exactly. And due to this software-based approach, we are also compatible with other digital standards like the DeFi consortium, for example. So this means like if GSAS providers around the world that are using digitizers themselves, they can use our pure software modem on their own own cloud premise or in something like Amazon or Microsoft Azure marketplaces as well.
Interesting. And I believe the development process of the complete product and solutions is quite interesting to know always, from an engineer's perspective. So can you walk us through the development process of one of your flagship products, maybe from concept to launch? It can be anything. Might be a hardware product or a software product as well. So can you please briefly describe this process?
So our core products, as I mentioned before, they are purely based in software, and therefore we follow the standard software product development. But since we are working with signal processing with digital communications, then it means in addition to the typical workflow in software development, we also have to follow different, I would say, testing paradigms, which are very specific to signal processing, in the sense that we have to conduct a very extensive testing of the software by measuring what we call bit error rate performance in our domain, bit error rate performance, frame error rate performance, and the goal is to make sure that those parameters fall in a range which is very close to the theoretical values for that matter, and this guarantees the reliability of the communication link between the satellite and the ground. And additionally, we also do a lot of stress testing in the sense that our software is incredibly complex, in the sense that, as we mentioned before, we have, let's say, tracking system integrated. We have antenna instrumentation. We have the APIs and other components of the software. And so, when you have such a complex system, typically you can test those components individually, which is typically the standard. But later on, you also have to do this integration testing. So you want to know what's going to happen when we have a signal processing algorithm running, and but you also have an antenna moving, and you have a REST API call. So in the sense that we have to make sure that there is no what we call these emergent bugs, that the bugs that come as a result of operation of different systems. So these are the kind of stress testing that that we also conduct in order to eliminate that kind of error, so to say.
And yeah, we can say that we are like, we have said many times that we are done with the product, for example, but I mean, we're adding customer requests and features along the way, and this started all the way back in 2015 when Moses started his PhD. So it's more like a naturally evolving system, I would say.
Interesting. And little bit to take a step ahead, because I think you also mentioned about the testing of the product. So how does Remos Space Systems ensure reliability and high performance in its ground station products, especially in mission critical operations? Because I believe at the end of the day, the kind of demand that we are seeing in the industry is for constellation. It's not only for a single satellite at the moment. So from that perspective, how do you ensure the reliability and high performance of your products?
Yes. So again, this is all a question about testing. So in the sense that all of our products have been benchmarked against the expected performance. In the sense that we perform very extensive beta error rate and frame rate test, and we use state-of-the-art systems. So we use, for example, a test bed from the European Space Agency to conduct all of these tests. And this test bed had different tools like a Cortex CRT. We had a satellite channel emulator in it. And in that way, we were able to emulate a very realistic scenario. And in this scenario, we were able to benchmark our solutions. I guess the theoretical values.
And we also could do like testing on the customer premise. We can ship both test like evaluation softwares to them, as well as going to their, like next week we are going to KSAT in Norway, for example, to do integration tests with them.
Interesting. As you just mentioned about the Norway thing, so I'd like to take this opportunity to extend the question on that only. So can you discuss any partnership or collaborations that have helped Remos offerings in the satellite ground station sector, primarily to maybe scale your existing product, or maybe to start a new product line, or maybe even to kind of take a key learnings out of your partnership or collaborations and then start improvising your existing product lines?
Yeah, so I would say among the most important partnerships has been with the European Space Agency. So we are part of the ESA-BIC here, ESA-BIC Sweden, and for almost 2 years. And during that time, we have had interactions with ESA, and most importantly, we've been able to use some of their test beds, for example. We've also been able to work with their physical ground station. So they have this ground station at ESOC in Darmstadt. So we've been able to use that to validate our systems. And Peter?
Yeah, and then we of course have our customers like Astralinto that's integrating our solution in all of their future ground stations, and here we are very good partnership, and they would be open to test our future and new solutions as well. And we have done a lot of this evaluation tests and feedbacks from our customers, and trying to really go to the customer before and learn what is the need from them, and how can we develop a solution for them.
Interesting. And I would say we are almost now reaching the last part of the podcast. So I'd like to touch up again, take a step back and touch up again on the product development side. So what new product developments or emerging technologies can we expect from your company in the near future?
Okay, so in the near future, I would say right now we are working towards the integration of a more high rate solution, in the sense that our current solution has been designed for small satellites which are not very data hungry. And now we are working on an addition or a new feature in these modems, and we aim to support much higher data rates, which are typically used, let's say, in X band in particular. And so this is the band that's mainly used for, I would say, activities such as Earth observation. And additionally, we are also integrating our modem solutions with mission control software. And this integration will enable our customers to have an end-to-end solution, in the sense that they will be able to use emission control software direct already integrated with the solution, and this will make it very easy for them to start with their satellite emission operation.
Yeah, exactly. And like the Amazon integration is in the pipeline as well. And as well as Moses said, like with the higher data rate, we will be able to offer both TTNC and Earth observation download in the same solution here. And that's in both CCSDS and DVB-S2 standards. And this has been very requested from customers.
That's interesting. I think you mentioned Earth observation. We can definitely do a separate episode on that, because even I personally receive a lot of requests regarding the Earth observation data downlink side and the ground station stuff, because I think that's the most critical part in the Earth observation sector. Even though, I mean, we have companies in the market who are currently, I think, working on processing the images on board. Still, downloading a terabytes of data is something where you need the ground station very strong enough to handle those kind of operations. So yeah, very happy to do one more episode dedicated on that. But yeah, I think we have really covered all the parts related to your products and solutions. So thank you very much again, Peter and Moses, for your time, and I hope we keep on recording such more episodes in the future. As I mentioned about the Earth observation issue, maybe that is something that we can take up in the next few months or few weeks for sure down the line, to help the market understand what kind of efforts and what kind of technology that goes into the play to develop such kind of critical solutions. So thank you very much, and see you very soon in the next episodes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode. If you'd like to know more about Remos Space Systems, their products, and their presence in the new space market, then log on to www.remosspace.com. Subscribe to our podcast for latest updates, and stay tuned for the next episodes. Thank you very much.